Well, good evening, everyone. This is Tom here. Welcome to Cab Crew Wednesday on June 25th of 2025. Another hot day here in New Jersey, and the heat's supposed to break after 8 o'clock tonight, so we'll see how it goes. But the noise in the background is probably the air conditioner running. If you hear that, got the air running in here. And I bought a new portable AC unit that I can move around in case it gets too hot. So that's that. So I want to say hello to everybody and welcome everybody in tonight. And appreciate everybody dropping in so far. Ronald Renew, he was the first one in. Welcome, Ronald. Glad to see you in here. Sparky was next. Hey, Sparky, glad to see you here, and happy birthday to Sparky. You're 21 today, Sparky. And then Todd Armstrong's here. Hey, Todd, welcome. Glad to see you in here. Mike at Hendon Junction. Hey, Mike, welcome. How's things across the pond? Dwight Curley's here. Hey, Dwight, welcome. Glad to see you in here. Like I said, I've got all your files, so not ready to start printing that. It's another project that I'll do later on. But thanks for the files. I'll see what I can do with those. And then Floyd Robbins, I said hello to you. How you doing, Floyd? Welcome. I think I got everybody. Oh, it's Steve. Welcome, Steve. Steve 87, PSAP. Welcome, Steve. Glad you're in here. And I think that covers everyone. And oh, John from Spookville Valley Railroad. Hey, John, welcome. So everybody can hear me okay, I guess. And I'm holding at 50 something. Yeah. Well, I'll be 70 this year, so that's a big number. So, um, so anyway, I was going to have the subway trains running by today, but hey, James, welcome. But as you can see, some of the panels are down, and I've been fixing some track up there as I've been running the train. The around the corners, this had a little dip in it, and you see that little orange spot there, right there where I'm pointing to. I put a little filler in there, and now it runs smooth. And then a couple places on the corners, I had to solder the joints together to keep them from coming apart. That one engine that I showed in my video of converting it from the MTH Proto Sound to a Soundtrack decoder, that's running nice now. Had a problem with it on the with the mini panel running it. It would only run at half speed. So then what I did in the mini panel, when you set the speed for the engine, you do a select engine and then it goes to the speed and you put in the speed step you want. Well, the mini panel has two options when you choose the speed. One is 128 and the other one is 28. So I've been always running my engines with my power cab at 128, never used 28, but I don't go 128 on the speed steps. I usually run them slow. And this passenger train this subway train was running at speed step 10, and when I set it to 128, it was going like speed step 5 or 4. It was really slow. Stupid browser did some stupid stuff. So anyway, what is this thing doing? So in the mini panel, I was selecting 128 speed steps, and then so I had to change them all to do 28. And once I did that, then the engine took off and ran the speed that I wanted to. So up here, you can't see it. I don't think you'd be able to see it. I got that device that checks the speed of the train. I put that on the subway system. I took a panel out and I stuck that in there, so when the train ran through, I knew how fast it was going. So now, I got the train running, and what did it do? I set it up in the mini panel, and I pushed the button, and it took off, and it stopped at the one station by hitting the read switch, and it waited there for a minute. The announcements played. Some did, some didn't. Then it got past the station, then it stopped. So I didn't know what was going on. So then the next day, I tested all the read switches, and then they weren't working again. So I called up NCE support. I spoke with Ed there, and then we talked. And then now what I'm going to do is I'm going to change the read switches to use an NCE BD20. And that's going to work more reliably than a read switch is going to work. First of all, with a read switch, you have to add a magnet on the bottom of the car, and you hope that that magnet is strong enough to make the connection with the read switch as it's going by. So with the BD20, what I got to do is just isolate a small section, a little bit longer than the engine, on the track by the train station where I'm going to stop the train. So when it hits that block, it'll stop. So that's what the plans are. So I ordered 6 BD20s on eBay, and they shipped them out today, but the post office hasn't picked them up yet. So they'll be here probably either late this week or early Monday or Tuesday, probably. It's only, the place I got them from was White Rose Hobbies. They're out in middle Pennsylvania somewhere. And I also got from them these UTP Cat 5s. They're these panels, the NCE panels where you plug in your power cab and stuff. So I'm using these for the mini panels because it's a pain in the neck to get underneath the layout where the mini panel is mounted. Plug in your power cab into the setup button, and then you got control of the mini panel. You can configure it, test routines and stuff like that. So my original 3 mini panels I made panel for, and had these, and I plugged them in the power, the power cab into here, and then the mini panel menu comes up, and I can do this. And on that panel, I had a reset button, and I can reset the mini panel after I code it up so that I can use it then. So What I've been doing with the new ones is I have to go underneath there, unplug the cable from the bus, plug it back in so it resets. When I test, I got to do the same thing, unplug it, replug it back, and pain in the neck. So right now, I'm making a new panel, and I'm cutting these holes out so that these things go right into there. And then I'll screw them in place, and I'll screw that up. Um, on the back of these, you plug the wire from the mini panel setup plug into this, and then this lights up, and then you just plug in to the UDP panel here, and you got power, and you can change the settings in the mini panel. So once I found out about the reed switches not working, I then decided to try something different. So what I did was I got my stopwatch out, and I ran the train at the speed, and I went from one station to the other and got a time. So I set up, instead of the reed switch, I set up a delay, because right after the reed switch, I had a stop command to stop the engine, which is setting the engine to speed step 0. That's how you stop the train. Hey, Mystic, welcome. Glad you had a nice trip. So then I put in the delays that I thought would do it. But I was running the train this morning after I put the delays in. Around the one corner, the train was hesitating, or it came to a stop. And then that's when I found out that one of the curved pieces came, where they're joined together was just a slightly away. And so I closed it up, ran through nice. I ran it around a couple of times, then it happened again, so it moved a little. So what I did was I just soldered that one joint there, and now it kept it together. And then I ran the passenger train around for about 3 hours this afternoon and didn't have any issues. So then I have to reset the mini panel code again to change some of the timings, because going from the one station to the other was a little bit too long of a delay, and it went past it. So I got to adjust the times. I'll use those delays until I get the BD20s installed. So that'll make it easier. So I've been doing all those little things. So then these UDP Cat 5s were supposed to come tomorrow. And then they made it into New Jersey yesterday. And then I knew that it was going to be here today, because then they changed the date to today. And it says, great, I'll have these today. Well, waiting for the post office to show up. They usually come at 11 o'clock to noon. Every day they have mail here. But guess what? They didn't come until 5:30 tonight. So I've been, I couldn't find my square hole drill bits. I don't know where they got to. Somebody must have borrowed them and never gave them back to me, I guess. So making these holes is not so easy. So what I've been doing, since this is only 1/8 inch thick, I just put a good blade on my knife, and I just am cutting it out. It takes a little longer that way, but I got plenty of time to do this. Hey, welcome, Heath. How you doing? Glad to see you in here. So, been busy with getting these things working. Then I had a setback, like I said, with the reed switch is not working. I put the amp meter on them and it didn't read nothing. So I understand BD20s a lot better than I understand reed switches. So they won't be no problem to get set up. And hopefully they'll be here in a couple of days, because mid-Pennsylvania only took 3 days to get here with these UDPs. I got them from the same guy that I got them. Hey, Alfonso, how you doing? Welcome. Wireless feed. Depends on what kind of system you have, Alfonso. If it's an NCE system, you can get the wireless system that works with the NCE system. If it's Digitrax, I'm not familiar with how Digitrax works with Wi-Fi devices. Somebody else out there that has a Digitrax system might be able to help. But if it's NCE, NCE makes a wireless device, and you can use that. So computer, current temperature.
Right now, it's 82 degrees.
Right. Okay. Right now, I just found out it's 82 degrees out. Now, yesterday at this time, at 8 o'clock in the evening, I asked the computer what time it was, and it was 95. So it is cooling down, which is good, because it was in the 3 digits here for the last 4 days. Hit 104 yesterday. It was 101 here today. I think it was asking about your camera setup. Oh, I'm not sure. Let's see. Oh, I don't know. Camera. Oh, what kind of camera system am I using? Oh, these are, what's the brand name? If I find out what the brand name is, I'll let you know, Alfonso. The name escapes me right now. The software is IP Camera, and I have that running on my other monitor on my Pete computer here. And hey, Pedro, welcome. Glad to see you in here. So I can watch. We can see all 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of my cameras at the same time on the screen. So see, I can do that, and now you don't see the panel. You just see the cameras. But then I can't go down here and move the cameras. I didn't enter the password for these yet. I gotta move the cameras right now. But today also I was just working on some signals. I had this signal right here. The yellow and red was working, but the green was burned out. So I replaced that one today. That took a little while. And I have one on my bridge that has four dwarf signals on it. One of the green is out. So I was trying to remove the NCE lighted, to test the lighted to make sure it was producing output to the green aspect. So I didn't get a chance to pull it off of the layout. That's what I do first. When I got a signal not working, I check the lighted. And if the lighted has a light on, that means the green aspect is on. When it's red, yellow, the light is out. So, and then when you have a green flashing light, the light is flashing on the light. So I wanted to take them off. That's okay, Mystic. Yeah, it's like I said in the last week that I renamed my levels to make it easier for me, and it's just like this here down here. You're seeing level 5 there. This here is level 1. That's level 5 in that view. On the subway system is level 4, and the yard is which you can't see in any of these. Yeah, you can see the yard right there. No, that's the yard right there. That's the yard. It goes all the way back there. You can't see it, that camera view, but that's level 3, and then right below it, you'll see those white grain elevators. That's level 2. So over in the Helix, there's level 1, there's level 2, there's level 3 in that camera. That camera you can see. So just a recap on everything. Hey, Randall, welcome. Traveling or are you at home now? So that's what I've been doing and keep it busy. Over the weekend, I finally got my grass cut. When I came home from the hospital, my 2 boys came over and they cut the grass for me. They didn't know if I was going to be able to do anything when I got out of the hospital, so that was nice. But then that week that I came back, it rained every day here. The summer come out, it rained, it come out, and the grass got, I would say it was 16 to 18 inches high in the backyard. So it took me a while to get the backyard cut. 2 days. I cut half one day, then I had to rake it all, and then I cut another half another day. That's good, Randall. System reset. What is he talking about? I must have missed the question. It's called cache, Heath. When you restart something, it clears the cache and then it could work. Every system has some sort of cache in it. Your phones have cache, your computers have cache, or memory, whatever you want to call it, it always gets cleared by a restart. Welcome, Colonel Cottonbell. Jason, how you doing? Colonel Cottonbell. Yeah, got to get used to calling it that. So, yeah, so it's been, really hot here, and I let my dog out for a little while. I go out with him, make sure he comes back in. I don't want to leave him out there too long. It's just too hot. Uh, well, Steve, you have to put money in your bank to have some balance in the account, right? I don't know how old you are, Steve, but when my mom passed away, I guess my mom and dad didn't believe in the bank. So when I was cleaning out the house, I found money stashed everywhere. It was unbelievable. So if you ever clean out somebody's house, don't be surprised to find money, especially if they were older people. They didn't believe in the banks. But my mom and dad both grew up during the Depression years, so they didn't have much of anything. Either one of them. They lived right across the street from each other too. It was pretty funny. Testing this staging track, James. You got two tracks going in there now. Yeah. Okay, Sparky. Thanks for stopping in. Appreciate it. Have a good birthday. Don't eat too much birthday cake, and we'll catch you on the next one. Take care. No track on the lift out yet. No. I'm lucky. I don't need any lift outs, but I got a big project coming up that I might have a lift out. I'm not sure yet what I'm going to do with that yet, but that's a prize for down the road. Well, I don't know about that, Jason. I never thought virtual cake was that tasty. Hey, Mike, welcome. How you doing? Get your parts yet for your Helix, Mike? So, yeah, when I worked at the university, we used to have everybody's birthday celebrated. They would go out and get a cake, and then we would have it in the conference room, and everybody get in there, sit down, we start bullshitting and everything, and have a piece of cake. Then all of a sudden it stopped. Nobody did it anymore. So I'm working on the wife's car. Doesn't that ever end? Yeah, I just got in my car for the first time in over 2 weeks. I don't go much places. Food shopping, every couple of weeks to go out and get food and stuff like that. With one person here, I don't need that much food, and enough to have breakfast and lunch and meals. And I went in and I turned it on. It was hot in the car, and then the check engine light came on. So I said, check engine light. So I called up the mechanic, and I have an appointment for the 9th to bring it in to have it looked at. So, but they're going on vacation this end of this week, so I have to wait until the 9th when they're back so they can check it. I said, I don't drive that much anymore anyway. I don't have to worry about it. Yeah. Yeah, it's good that you can work on it yourself. Then you need a ton of tools and stuff like that. I used to have all the tools for me to work on the cars. They are long gone. I don't do that work anymore. It all depends on what it is. When I was married, I had my house. I bought a brand new 1985 Pontiac Grand Am. It had front wheel drive. Nice car. Grand nice. So I went to the auto shop. I got a bunch of oil filters and a case of oil, and I was going to change my oil. I had car ramps. I could drive it up on a car ramp, get underneath there, do this. Got in the car, opened it up, looked, couldn't find the oil filter anywhere. You had to take the front tire off to get in through the wheel well to get to the oil filter. I said, that's it. Ever since then, I've been taking my car to get oil changed. Don't do them anymore. They make them almost impossible for you to have to work on it yourselves anymore. Now, in my BMW, my oil change cost me around $70 because I get special oil. Plus, it's hard to get rid of the oil and everything else. Diesel, well, that explains it. Still blows my mind how diesel prices are more than gasoline. And diesel is a byproduct of the waste that comes from the gasoline process. So they're making a ton of money on the diesel. If you remember right, diesel was always cheaper than regular gas. That some brilliant guy thought of it that the price. I think no. What happened was a lot of diesel cars were coming out. Then they said, okay, we're gonna. Hey, Mike, welcome. Glad to see you in here. Is that 6 quarts or 6 gallons of oil? Yeah, that's a couple more courts than normal car uses, right? Used to be 4 courts, but then they got 5 courts or something like that. I don't know. I can't keep track of it. All they do is pump it in now. When I go to the garage, they do it. Got a lot of easier ways to do it. So let's see. What is a quart? I forgot. My first car only used 3 quarts. Yeah, 4 quarts to the gallon. That's right. Each truck I drive is about 35 hours. Oil and oil. Right. You guys use liters up there, not quarts, gallons. So let me see something. That's right, Jason. Mike, my BMW is a 2016 320i 4-door. Oh, I had a kidney stone once, Randall. It's like somebody putting a knife in you. I was lucky it passed. Some people have to go in and they have to remove them. Not fun having that stuff. And that was a long, really long time ago. I think I was in my late 20s when I had one. That was a lifetime ago. I don't think there's anything you can take for it. I would contact the doctor and go see him and make sure that could be very painful. What are you gonna do? Oh, last week I told you I reached 4,000 watch hours on my channel, and I went on my app later on to find out what was going on, and that was lifetime watch hours. That wasn't the past year. It was lifetime watch hours. So I said, oh, okay. So I still got to get my watch hours up here. So I've been making a lot of playlists. And then one of my buddies has been watching all the playlists in the background. And my watch hours went from 98 watch hours in the last 28 days to 118. So that does work. So I got to make a couple more playlists so they can watch it. If you're bored or anything and you got your computer on and you don't want to watch anything, just watch one of my playlists and then let it go in the background. That would help me out. Doing playlists with every video. Well, I did one with all my live streams. And I'm trying to group them together based on what they were. Making good evergreen content helps with watch hours. I don't know what good evergreen content is, Jason. Never heard that term. But I've seen other people have every video they made in a playlist. So maybe I'll just make one of those playlists with all the videos. But I did like all the tree ones, all my 3D printed ones. I just did one with all my mail calls, stuff like that. But I don't know when they calculate the watch hours because he was watching them and then I'm watching the app and I don't see anything changing. And the next day I see it goes up to this or that. And if I look at it right now on my phone, it's still at 118 for the last 28 days. So, but it was 98. So, something that is searchable that is either a how-to of sharing my video. Okay. Yeah, how to. Yeah. How I made my birch trees has gotten ridiculous numbers of views. And that has the most watch hours that I in the analytics that I could see. Yeah. Yeah, I'll have to set up my JMRI stuff too. Maybe I'll do more videos on JMRI. I did some in the past, so I have to gather them all up. But when you create a new playlist, then you go to do the videos. It doesn't show all your videos. It only shows a group of videos. Then I have to do a search. And I don't know if it picked them all or not because I didn't see those in the list, So maybe the names. Yeah, that's good, James. Yeah, that's, there's all kinds of stuff that you can do to help your videos get out there. So in the past, when you go on your YouTube and then you see all the videos that you can watch and stuff, and I've been seeing my own video coming up in the list now. So I guess YouTube is promoting it now instead of, okay, John, thanks for stopping in. Have a great night. We'll catch you later. Appreciate it. So it's just like how YouTube works. Like I was at 511 subscribers. Then it went down to 509. Then I got 2 new subscribers, and then up to 511. So, yeah, everybody's saying good night to John. Good. So, it's hard to understand their logic sometimes. And when I end this show, then I'm going to work on this panel. Then I got to make up some cables. I got a box of cable and my crimping tool. Well, I watched it, Jason. I was curious to see how you did it. It all depends on your interests. That's sometimes you put out a video, think it's going to be great, and you get so many views. Put out another video, and it gets a lot of views. You don't know who's going to watch what they want. They watch what they want to watch. Okay, Steve. Thanks for stopping in. Yeah, you got to keep those iPads powered up, don't you? They drain the battery quick. I have one that's always on the charger. That's an older one. It's an iPad 2. So thanks for stopping in, Steve. iPad 38%. Yeah. That's why I watch everybody's live streams off of my computer. Not to worry about a battery. Trying to cut back on the YouTube. Yeah. It's hard to do, Mike, sometimes. See, I don't watch the TV news anymore. I just go on YouTube and see what's going on in the world. So, what can I say? Let's see, do I give you anything else? Oh, I use my iPad to edit videos. That's because you're using the Apple software to edit the videos, right, James? Yeah, me too, Mike. I don't watch the news anymore. I just don't. I can't stand that stuff. I don't ever watch it. When I turn on my TV, I'm watching old TV shows. I don't watch the iMovie. Yep. Yeah. I don't know if I have that on my iPad. I know it's not on the iPhone. The screens are just too small for me. Okay, Randall leaving. Okay, Randall, thanks for stopping in. Appreciate it. Take care of yourself. Keep us posted. Take care. Have a good night. So. iMovie, that's right. To see if I have iMovie on my iPad. It's an older iPad. I think it came with it. I have to check. Let's see, anybody else? Did I miss anybody when I was? Okay. Did I get my dwarf signals working? Yes. Yeah, Mike, I did. What was going on was with that was in JMRI, I forgot to check a box, offset box in the definition of the signal head. When I did that, there's a little checkbox there, and you have to check that off so that once I checked that off, then they worked. And then I was looking at it and I'm going, why is that signal red? Then I figured out how to change that so that the main line coming into the diversion track signal is going to be green, not red. So I fixed that. Then I fixed all my turnouts that had dwarf signals on them to they use the laptop for lives. That's good, James. But some people do live right on their phones. I don't know. Do that. That's okay, Jason. Everybody's got, things to do. People are working on things. They might be working on their layout. They might be working around the house. Thank you, Mike. Yeah. Um, it's been a long road to get there, but they come and go as they, always do. So, yeah. Well, oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah, that's on the Nagio site, right? Mike? Well, I know one of the developers of Nagios. He's a friend of mine, and I ping him every once in a while with a problem I have. And sometimes I post up there, and sometimes I just ping him. It all depends on what the problem is and how fast I want to answer. And so I was glad to get them situated so they work. And now I'm just running the trains and checking the signals and everything, make sure that all the aspects are working. Oh, well, Jason, um, I have JMRI running on two different computers. The computer that I'm streaming from here has a copy of JMRI, which I can bring up JMRI and go into simulation mode. And then I can run simulation, which I can make the trains run around and then I can test the paths and blocks and signals and turnouts and all that stuff. And that config file is a copy of the config file that's on the laptop in the train room. And then that's all stored on a network drive. So it's all the config files are copied up to a network drive, stuff like that. Yeah, yeah, you can use the signals. So a lot of people use the turnout motors to change the signals for the dwarf signals. But I've used the ESP32s before. It works on DCC, Jason. ESP32s work on DCC. I had them. I did a couple of videos on how to set them up. I'll make a playlist, Mike, and I'll let then you can look at the playlist on that. Because I had the relays and everything, and then that would make the dwarf signal, the signals change. And I had to do that because of the COBOL IP digital machines. Okay, the Tortoise machines had no problem with the push buttons and the dwarf signals and the lights on the panel. It was so. Oh, really? Jason, I don't know if I could use them or not. Let me think about it a while. I used NCE Liteds to control all my signals. They're simple. They're not very big. Use a light holder, mount them up on a layout, solder the wires onto them, boom, boom, boom. And they connect to an accessory bus line. And they're not affected by the track power. You know, they're not on the track power at all. It's on an accessory bus line. So yeah, I got a lot of signals on my layout. Yeah, I saw them, Mike. The RR circuit. I have some RR circuit equipment here. And then when I first started out with signals, I used the Agitrax system. Okay, James, thanks for stopping in. We'll catch you later. Yeah, the SHD2s. That's right, Jason. And I use Agitrax signaling system, their boards. But then I wanted to set up blocks and got into JMRI, and they didn't send a DCC signal down the system that JMRI would see. And so I got rid of the that system and then switched over to NCE lighted. So that's what I use. Well, I can't believe an hour went by so quickly. Yes, they have DCC analysis. Yes, they do. Yeah, RR Circuits is a good group. They do nice work. I like their equipment. So, all right, people. Well, I've talked enough for tonight. I appreciate everybody coming in. I really enjoy everybody showing up here and chatting away. And I hope everybody has a great rest of the week and enjoy your weekend. And hope to see you all in the next show. So everybody take care, and we'll catch you all around. Take care, everyone. Good night. Thanks, Dwight. Good night, everyone.